Hey everybody, I wanted to give you a little bit of an idea of what you can expect going forward on my channel. One of the main things I really want to focus on is organizing. I'm a very organized person, and from spending the last several years at home, a large majority of the time at home, I realized things that aren't working. And plus our life has changed a lot with Nate, in the way that we cook meals, in the way that, everyday life functions is completely different with a child versus not. So, there's a lot of places, and just lately I have felt like I need to make changes here in the way that things function. So one of the main things I want to start with is my office. I'll do a separate video on that. But the function of my whole room has changed because I no longer work from home other than to transcribe, which pretty much, I just need a keyboard and computer to do that. But our office still is going to be the center of like our financial stuff, all of our papers, all that kind of stuff. So I have to be able to fit that kind of stuff in. But I also want to make it kind of a crafting room. I've really gotten back into that, where I used to do that a lot before. I'm really back into that, especially with Nate. We do a lot of little projects and things like that for the holidays or for whatever. And I just really need a space dedicated to that, because over the last several months when I've been getting back into that, if I'm working on something that's out in the living room or on the dining room table or something like that, and I want to have a dedicated space for that. So that's something that I'll show you going forward. I've already started that a little bit, but I'll show you. I still have a lot more to do, and I'll show you what the end result will look like. One of the other areas that I want to do is my laundry room. My laundry room is a laundry room / pantry, and things have just changed a little bit having Nate. I cook a lot more from scratch, and I have a lot more like little appliances and things, smaller appliances than I used to. I do a ton of crock pot meals now because I have like 3 crock pots. I love to just do crock pot meals. There's always something going in the crock pot, and I'll do some videos on that as well. And because of that, I just want to kind of revamp how everything's set up between the kitchen and the pantry and things like that, and how I access things. So that's coming up. Our bedroom needs a little bit of an overhaul as well. Right now it is such a disaster because we actually took 2 weeks ago and redid Nate's room as far as the organization and the setup, because now he's in the toddler bed, and there's no longer a changing table in there anymore, and so we just kind of redid everything. I cleaned out his closet. I went through so many of his clothes, and I had clothes I was keeping, and since we're not going to have another baby, I've started to kind of sell those. I want to get those out of the house, but I also, we paid a lot of money for them, and as you guys know, baby clothes, they barely wear them. And some stuff, especially from when he was an infant, some he never wore. We just got way too many clothes. But so I've been trying to organize those so that I can sell them, and those are in our bedroom right now, so that's a mess. But I just have all these organization projects that I want to do, and I'm going to bring you guys along on that. So that's something you can definitely look forward to seeing. Like I said, with the crock pot, I'm going to be doing some meal planning and things like that, because I've definitely been doing that with the freezer storage and things like that. I will bring you guys along on that. One of the other huge projects in our life, anybody that's watched my channel for a little while knows that my mom passed away. When she passed away, very long story short, my dad ended up not living where I grew up anymore. And so that property, my sister lived there for a little while. Again, a very long story short, it's empty, and my dad signed it over to us. It's in the country, and we have no intention of living there. But compared to, we live in town where we have a small yard and things like that. But I'm from the country, and it's like an acre of land. And I just wanted Nate to be able to experience that kind of life, because things are just so much different out there. If you guys are from the country, if you're not, maybe you don't know, but it is. It's a completely different, it's just different. So I really want him to have the best of both worlds. I love living in town. I love having access to everything. I love to be able to just go on long walks and wander around and whatever. It's just a different life. So I just want him to experience both. So unfortunately, what happened up there is just a lot of stuff needed to be done. And it's a whole situation I won't get into, but what we're going to end up doing is tearing basically everything down. We're going to tear down the house. There's a garage up there that's very old. And in all honesty, I'd be very surprised if it made it through the winter without falling down. But we're going to tear it all down. We're going to build a new garage with an apartment on top. Someday I'll show you guys the plans for it. That's probably going to be a little ways out, just monetary wise. We need to be in a different place to be able to, because I really don't want to have to finance it. I'd like to just build it in stages so that we're not like having another mortgage basically. So we're going to do all that, and I want to take you guys along on that as well. It's an acre of land, so we have to go up, we have to maintain the property. There's a gazebo that my dad actually built for my mom, and she loved it up there, and that's one of the main reasons why I wanted the property. We're going to maintain that and keep that up there, and I'll take you guys, I'll show you. There's like a little koi pond. It's very nice, and it's where I grew up, and it's very sentimental to me, and I just wanted it to have to Nate, and I'll pass it down to Nate, and things like that. We can have Nate's birthday up there. But I have a lot of plans for up there. I want to put like a vegetable garden in. We want to build, tear down the garage. We plan to do that this summer actually. But I'll take you along on that journey as well and show you what we're going to do up there. So those are things that you can expect to see. If you have any ideas on what you want to do, or want to see, at some point I will do a house tour so you can get an idea of all the remodeling we've already done. And I'll take you along on those kind of projects. I don't know if you guys can see, we've actually worked to ignore the mess out there. We started to put trim up. We didn't have trim for the longest time. And we just recently started to do that, which is fun. I feel like after my mom died, things kind of stopped. I had depression issues and things like that. Anybody that's lost somebody so close to them, I'm sure can relate. And I wasn't myself for so long. And I feel like, I'm finally just getting my life back. I feel like that. I feel like we're getting back into the remodeling thing, which we used to love to do together. We used to love to. Now, we fight like cats and dogs when we do it, because anyone that has ever remodeled anything, I'll tell you, if your marriage can withstand that, it can withstand anything. There's lots of bickering that goes on, but I just love doing it. I love getting back in the whole planning phase of that, and looking for stuff, and it's just great. I just love it. So, and up to my mom's, like, it presents a whole other, like, I get into garden. I always wanted to garden here, but we just don't have that much space, and I didn't want to take away from like what Nate can play with and what is kind of wide open space to kind of garden. But up to my mom's with an acre of land, we're gonna have plenty of room for that. So, and I think it'll be great for Nate to be able to see how that all happens and where his food comes from. Excuse me. Obviously, we'll eat healthier with it. So, just very excited. Lots of exciting things happening, and I do plan on taking you guys through it all. So, thanks again for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.